Hola, bona tarda. Tornem a ser aquí, segona prova de streaming d'un joc des de Stadia. Mare meva, Stadia, tenim l'Stadia Pro, ens han regalat el TESO, si som novells també a TESO, i novells ara mateix a fer streaming de Stadia. Hem estat fent proves, hem fet una prova abans. El problema és que tu pots capturar finestres amb l'OBS o l'Streamlabs OBS. Per exemple, prèviament el que havia fet era una captura d'una ventana, una finestra, i havia seleccionat el Chrome on hi tenia la pestanya amb l'accés a l'Stadia. En quan he engegat el joc, allò deu obrir com una pestanya addicional on realment s'està executant el joc en pantalla completa. I aquesta pestanya o aquesta finestra nova doncs no està disponible per seleccionar en l'OBS. O sigui, sembla que estigui, d'alguna manera no hi hagi la possibilitat. Així que al final l'única manera que hem trobat de moment és fer captura de pantalla. És a dir, per sort ara tenim dues pantalles i tenim el que és el joc en l'Stadia en una pantalla aquí davant i després aquí al costat tenim tota la resta, OBS, Discord i de més. Així que de moment, veieu, aquí només que faci una tecla Windows veieu. I entenc que també deixeu de sentir el so. Deixeu-me comprovar en el Twitch com se sent això. Exacte, ara mateix no se sent res. Exacte, ara mateix no se sent res. Exacte, ara mateix... Vale, o sigui, haig de tenir el cursor aquí. Bueno, no entenem ni papa, d'això del TESO, així que la cosa serà dura i difícil. Ens vam fer aquest personatge que ja no recordo ni quina raça és ni res. Però bueno, suposo que estem al nivell 3. I bueno, el que farem és entrar a provar a veure què tal va això. Vale, hem anat aquí a veure una espècie de déu, que és el Vivek aquest. Ja hi he parlat amb aquest, ara m'hi fan tornar a parlar.
Outlanders have their usefulness, and this one intrigues me.
As you say, I'll be in my office if you need me.
Step forward, friend of Lavu, and let us speak. Find Archcanon Tarvis in his office, and do as he commands. Help the Archcanon, and you help me. Remember the words of my 7th sonnet. Time is neither ally nor enemy. It simply is, and then it has passed. Now, go before it passes you.
Molt bé, que ella és una usuària. Anem a fer una prova. No sé com funciona això. Ah, mira, això és la part de chat. Les cambres privades del semidéu aquest. O sigui que millor no entrar-hi. Ens diuen que sortim cap a la ciutat. És guapa, la ciutat aquesta, abans quan he vingut.
Praise Vivek!
Ui! Això ho han dit aquests, no? Estic a una zona que hi ha els que se'n diuen els Dark Elves, els elfs foscos. Entenc que aquests ho deuen ser. No ho sé, Estan molt ben amagats. Estic a una illa que té un volcà al mig, que n'hi diuen la muntanya roja. Ara haig d'anar a parlar amb l'ajudant del déu aquest, el Vivek, perquè li he promès que l'ajudaria a resoldre un misteri. El guàrdia aquest... té pinta que hem d'anar cap aquí dalt. Déu-n'hi-do, és gran, tot això. Allò era un jugador, aquests que caminen tan ràpid. Està clar que són jugadors. Veieu, aquí quan surt la paraula en vermell estil, vol dir que si ho agafes... Tu pots fer, però si ho agafes i t'ho troben, t'enxampen, doncs pots tenir problemes, perquè és un robatori. Sembla que està aquí. Viu aquí aquest home. Déu-n'hi-do. Anem a veure'l. Arcanon's Office. Uau. Mira'l, tio. Ei, què tal, senyor?
Ah, Outlander. Lord Vivek trusts too much to put his faith in one such as you, but who am I to question my god? I
No li
suppose he
cairia
sent
bé.
you to me so I could put you to work. Did he say which task he wants us to accomplish first?
Sí, ha dit que necessita...
Ah, yes.
això.
We do need to perform a ritual to reveal the nature of the phenomenon that vexes Lord Vivek. Now listen closely. I hate to repeat myself. Despite my objections, Vivek believes you were sent to help, so I'll do my best to assist you. Go to the ziggurat that's still under construction and tell the overseer that Lord Vivek requires the blessing stone. Then bring it to me in the palace.
Vale. Vale, hi aniré, get the blessing stone, and meet you at Vivek's palace.
You receive a simple errand in the service of Lord Vivek, and countless questions form unbidden in your mind. Very well. Go ahead. Ask your questions. It's not like I'm the busy arch-canon of a living god or anything.
Comencem per lo bàsic. Què és una blessing stone?
The ignorance of outlanders. How
M'està
refreshing.
dient ignorant, el tio.
The blessing stones serve as repositories for small amounts of Lord Vivek's power. They allow his favor to permeate sanctified locations. We need such a stone to power the divination ritual.
Bueno, ho necessitem pel ritual. I no ho pot fer sense la
If you
pedra?
haven't guessed yet, the phenomenon interferes with Lord Vivek's power in unusual ways. It will be safer for everyone if I perform the ritual by using the blessing stone instead of drawing on my lord's personal store of energy.
Vale, millor utilitzar la pedra, l'energia de la pedra, que la pròpia del Lord Bybeck, perquè aquest fenomen que volen que investigui sembla que està interferint en els seus poders. I què espera?
Even if I told you, you wouldn't comprehend it. Lord Vivek's senses eclipse those of mere mortals. Suffice it to say, he feels a disturbance in the flow of energy throughout Vardenfell. He seeks to discover the source of that disturbance.
Vale, hi ha una distorsió en l'energia de la illa aquesta, Vardenfell, i vol saber quin és l'origen. Bybeck ha mencionat la muntanya roja i d'Edra. Do you think there's a connection? Hi ha una connexió?
Lord Vivek sees signs and portents everywhere. It's the poet at his core. I tend to be much more pragmatic. Sometimes a volcano is simply a volcano, and not a harbinger of doom. As for the Daedra, I have no idea. Perhaps the summoning got out of hand. Offend me? You give yourself too much credit. No, I feel the same about all Outlanders. This is tribunal business, best handled by tribunal resources. However, I also obey my Lord Vivek, so I will tolerate your involvement and do my best to aid you.
Molt bé, això, queda clar que no li caic bé. Examinar potser sí que ho puc fer, no? Uf. Molt bé. Sortim. Té una casa ben maca, tio aquest. Anem a mirar l'inventari. Com anem? Veus això? Això millor treure'ns-ho. Perquè he robat. El que tenim és aquesta. Damage 11,78, level 2. 11,70. Potser fa més mal això, amb això faig més mal. I què més? A veure... Que no sé on posa si està equipat o no, una cosa. Què vol dir can research? No sé què he fet, Repair. Enchant. Vale. Equipet, vale, allà ho posa, equipet. Molt bé, anem a mirar el mapa. Uau. Crec que hem d'anar allà, no? Això em va dir que havia d'anar, Bueno, seguirem això. Jo crec que és cap allà. Ula, mira. Les bastiones. Jo encara no tinc cap animal de companyia, Aquí crec que són missions que pots agafar. Llavors et diu... Però no la vull jo, aquesta. Vale. Aquí pots, amb la T pots canviar de missió. A call for aid. Vale, anem a la principal. Jolines, com treballa el tio. Jo crec que és cap allà... és aquesta zona que s'està construint, no? És això que ens ha dit, sí. Vaig entrar, he d'haver d'anar a parlar amb el tio aquest, a veure. Per aquí no es pot. Ha d'haver alguna entrada, no? Ah, no, mira, haig d'entrar a parlar amb aquesta senyora.
This project has been nothing but one disaster after another. How am I expected to get this ziggurat built on time when things constantly go wrong? Don't mind me. I'm just having one of those days. Our blessing stone? Do you know what happens if we give up our blessing stone? Well, neither do I. But I'm sure it won't put us back on schedule or end our string of disasters. I'm not one to disagree with the Archcanon, but that's a terrible idea. Lord Vivek, why didn't you say so?
Si ho demana el jefe, sí,
Before I can turn over the blessing stone. The passage that leads to the consecration chamber collapsed, trapping some of my workers. If you can clear the way, you can borrow the stone.
Vaja, hi ha hagut un desprendiment.
I appreciate the help. Just remember that you're only borrowing the stone. It needs to be back in the consecration chamber before the next shift, or we'll never get this ziggurat constructed in time.
Bueno. Crec que deu ser per aquí. Hosti, tu, el que us hi han fet, pobres. Puc ajudar-lo? Estan morts? Havia d'ajudar
I'll go
aquest.
tell the overseer what you did for me.
I deu haver-hi un altre per aquí, no?
I thought I was going to die under there. Oh, thanks for saving me.
A veure si trobem la Blessing Stone.
I can't move. Help!
I com puc arribar allà? Ah, aquí hi havia un caminet. Ja! Tudum-dum, 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 ra-ra-ra.
I see you've got the Blessing Stone. Look, I appreciate that you were able to aid my workers, and I understand that Lord Vivek has need of the stone. I won't feel comfortable starting construction again until it's back in place.
Sí, sí, ja et tornaré la pedreta, home. Vinga, anem a veure el ajudant del déu. Ui, tot això està en obres, Era aquí? No. No, era més cap allà. No. Pues no era aquí. I on és l'arcano? Vale, he anat cap a Palau, el tio. Anem guanyant coses, però...
Praise Vivek!
Ja ve cap a mi el tio, no?
The Outlander returns. I understand there was trouble at the construction site, but you were able to save a few of the workers. Lord Vivek always draws the straightest arrow from the quiver. Praise the tribunal. Did you bring the blessing stone?
Yes!
Stand over there. In Canon Level's absence, you will form the third corner of our ritual triangle. When you're ready, place the blessing stone, and we'll begin the ritual.
Molt bé. Ara farem un ritual. Quin bitxo més raro. Vaig a col·locar aquí, diu...
Hear the words of the warrior poet, and reveal the source of Lord Vivek's distress.
Uau!
Ashlander?
Uf! Un cranc?
Mage.
Què és aquesta?
Daedric cultist?
Uau! Ha petado, Paco!
Something interfered with the ritual, my lord. But we may have learned something. Excuse me while I compare the results to our previous research.
Between the cryptic warnings of the ancestor spirit and the unexpected result of the divination ritual, I fear there may be more astir than I imagined. We solved the greatest mysteries by accident, I suspect. I should write that down. We learn from every action we take. Failure or success, each result teaches us something, at least in the larger sense. To be more specific, no, not as much as I hoped. Images that suggest avenues to investigate, riddles to solve. Let me tell you a secret, Outlander. It concerns a living god and energy that fades like daylight as dusk spreads across the land. Listen well, and speak not a word. My divine energy, it drains away. Whether from illness or foul malady, I know not. You must travel the land and seek answers on my behalf. But first, gratitude before service, as I have written. So thank you.
Vale, rebré Canon Staff of the Tribunal. Damage 1096, level 3, decrease health, enchantment. Deals oblivion damage based on a portion of the enemy's max health. Deals a maximum of 3 minus engine oblivion damage. Power increases healing down by 22. El que tinc ara és això, no?
The ritual confirmed my worst fears. Divine energy flows out of me for no reason that I can discern. I felt the power imbued within my blessing stone get wrenched away as soon as you added it to the ritual. I couldn't stop it. To quote my own words as the warrior poet, no lock exists that the determined thief cannot open. Follow the trail of my missing energy, and try to discover the identity of the enemy Levol's ancestor warned us about. Something drains my energy. Find Archcanon Tarvis in his office, and ask if he gleaned anything useful from the ritual. If not, I know his earlier research indicated new avenues to investigate. Go where he tells you, and learn what you can. My divine energy diminishes with every passing moment, but the ritual confirmed my affliction is not natural. I regret that I could not reveal the full nature of these dire circumstances until your trustworthiness had been demonstrated. Yes. While Archcanon Tarvis has always been cautious about ideas and ideologies that didn't originate within the Tribunal, and recently, that prudence has grown 1,000-fold. He's a faithful servant, however, despite his narrow-mindedness. I've always used my power freely and without detriment. I create the blessing stones, hold the moonlit above the city, and perform 100 miracles a day to benefit my people. I begin to feel the toll this liberal application of divinity costs me. I care little for my own safety, but my people are another matter.
Sembla bon tio,
Without
eh?
my power to stop it, the moonlit will crash into the city and kill hundreds, perhaps thousands of innocents. And that would be just the start of Vardenfell's woes. At first, I barely noticed the loss of energy. But as I continue to grow weaker, the more it feels like an attack against my person. Besides, the Ancestor Spirit confirmed that an ancient enemy was to blame. We just need to determine who before... Let us not dwell on disasters to come when we have problems enough to deal with in the here and now. Consult with Archcanon Tarvis and discover the source of this attack. Then we can
Esta es
put an
bona.
end to it and not worry about what might have been. They always chide me about my flagrant displays of divinity, but so far, I am the only one of the living gods whose power is fading. Almalexia hoards her energy and has barricaded her temple against attack. As for Sotha Seal, my brother travels. We have not heard from him for quite some time, but I sense that he remains safe and in possession of his full power. Funny. We always wanted to discover the limits of our divinity. Perhaps I will solve that mystery for him.
Molt bé. Doncs de moment, senyors, ho deixarem aquí. I seguirem les aventures al proper episodi. Fins a la propera.